The Apostle Paul in Romans 16:19 encourages Christians to stand strong in their obedience to holiness by not letting the enemy derail them in their thought life. He says, I want you to be wise in what is good and simple concerning evil. In studying this passage closely, Paul is saying from the original language text that Christians should ponder those things that have virtue or value and be found innocent when it comes to things wicked or depraved. How thoughtful are you with regard to what you think about, friend? Does your thinking wander off into fantasy land and become caught in the snare of the insanity of worldliness that tantalizes you by bringing back to remembrance many things that now pollute your mind because you haven't protected your senses from an onslaught of sights and sounds that make it almost impossible to walk out a wholesome and godly lifestyle? Even in Paul's day, he was warning against undue influence that causes enmity between the holiness of what the body of Christ should emit and the unholy reputation of a society that's become compromised morally. The Apostle Paul goes on to say that the God of peace will crush Satan under your feet shortly. Crushed under your feet instead of Christ's suggests that Paul expects us to take a stand against what he says in 2 Corinthians 10:5 is the casting down of imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.